Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories, the podcast that takes listener ideas and turns them into bedtime stories. Listener ideas like this one.
Hello, my name is Grayson, and I have a story idea for Wizardcraft 3.0. And I have an idea that you go around looking at your landscape and you find this little copper house and you meet this kid who's extremely smart. Or I haven't thought of a name, so you can decide. And they make all sorts of inventions out of different ores, like copper wiring, copper lights, and they're also the ones that invented the copper golems. I love your podcast. Bye.
Great idea, Grayson. I'll have to figure out how I make them invent the copper golems, but challenge accepted. If you like the podcast, don't forget to rate it and review it. That honestly makes a gigantic difference to other people finding it, especially on Apple. Hit that like button if you're listening on YouTube, and if you want the ad-free experience, you can join us on Patreon. A big shout out to some of my latest Patreon sponsors. First off, thank you to Wilder. Next up, thank you to Jessica M., who, gave me some support, but hasn't really let me know if she is the listener or if maybe there's some kids who are the listeners. Thank you to Aaron, Courtney, and David. I've reached out to all of you guys with a little message to see who might need the shout out, so just check out Patreon and get back to me. But as you know, for those not listening on Patreon, we have to support this podcast with a few ads. So here's one last ad spot before a completely uninterrupted episode. Time to close your eyes, get as comfy as you can in that bed, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. You wake up to a floating set of words in front of your eyes, which read, "Wake up." You mentally select yes, and the world forms around you once again. You find yourself lying on your bed inside your slightly expanded house in the old mountain village. Congratulations! Character progress summary available. Current player level, level 2. Current skills unlocked. Lockpicking, level 3. Ninjutsu combat, level 2. Current wizard abilities, novice wizard. Current spells, stone golem, copper golem, fireball, level 2. Telekinesis, level 2. Current active settlement, unnamed mountain village. Current known enemy, the Golem King. You stare at the words for a moment. Still unnamed. I really need to do something about that. Then you remember something else. Something far more important than the name of the village. The spell book. You sit up quickly and reach into your inventory with your mind. The Iron Golem spellbook appears in your hands. You found it yesterday in the Iron Mines after defeating a strange void dragon. You'd been so overburdened with gold, jewels, and treasure that you'd put the spellbook away without even reading it. That is a mistake you're about to correct. After all, one of the only, disappointing parts about starting over in a new Wizardcraft world was that you couldn't bring all of your golem spells with you. You open the cover, and instantly, time stops. The pages of the spellbook begin flipping on their own, slowly at first, then faster and faster. Memories that are not your own begin pouring into your mind. You remember standing beside a blazing forge, even though you've never really done that before. You remember feeling iron through your mana, not just moving it, but understanding it, feeling its weight, strength, stubbornness, and, well, melting it together, reforming it into, well, whatever shape you want to. In this case, in the memories, you form the shape of a gigantic iron golem, and then you use a little bit of mana to breathe a small spark of life into the thing. It's honestly very familiar to you. It works pretty much the same way as the copper and stone golem spells, but you now understand how to do it on a new element. The book snaps shut and crumbles into a cloud of glowing dust. Time begins to move again. "Congratulations," the all-knowing voice announces. "You have learned a new spell, Iron Golem. You may create 1 Iron Golem per week." 1 per week. Awesome. Iron Golems possess greater strength, defense, and durability than stone or copper golems. Use them wisely. You crawl out of bed and instantly summon your copper armor. It surrounds your body with a simple thought. The village looks even better than it did yesterday. Several more roofs have been repaired. Farmers are already planting things on cleared fields. 2 copper golems are rebuilding the front wall of an old shop. Well, a stone golem carries an entire tree trunk across the road. Then you notice something else. Several copper golems are rolling down the long staircase from the mine. Each of them is carrying iron. A lot of iron. One carries a chest filled with iron fragments, and another has a stack of iron ore balanced on its shoulder. Where did all this iron come from? You ask. The first copper golem stops, pops out of its ball shape, and looks up at you. "The newly unlocked mine levels are now safe. Iron slime populations are minimal. Mining operations have continued." Perfect. Well, before you go too far with that, give me some of it. You absorb some iron ore into your inventory and immediately head over towards the furnaces. By now, the village has several of them lined up beside the crafting table. You open the upper compartments and fill them with iron ore. Then, you add wood to the lower compartments and press the start button. The furnaces roar to life. While you wait, you check the storage chests. There's plenty of wood, stone, copper, coal, food, and now iron ore. The village is beginning to feel less like an abandoned ruin and more like a settlement that could actually survive. As long as the whole Golem King thing doesn't stop that. One by one, the furnaces finish refining the first iron ingots. You absorb them into your inventory and carry them to an open space in the middle of the village. You release them into a pile. "All right, let's see how this works," you say. You reach into your mana pool, allowing the new memories to guide you. You summon the iron ingots out of your inventory and hold them in the air with magic. They begin circling around you, slowly at first, and then faster and faster. 2 ingots slam together to form a leg. More iron locks together to form the other. A thick body forms above them, followed by enormous arms and a square iron head. The completed golem stands nearly twice your height. You reach into your mana and push a small spark of life into its chest. The Iron Golem's eyes light up. "What are your orders?" it asks in a deep metallic voice. You grin. "Well, first you're gonna need some equipment." You hurry over to the crafting table and open up the weapons menu. Using more of the finished iron, you create a large iron sword, and then you use several wooden planks to craft a broad wooden shield, reinforced by a little bit of copper around its edges. You return and hand both items to the golem. He grips the iron sword in one hand and straps the shield onto his other. As the highest level golem in the village, you are now in charge of village defense, you say. Patrol the village and surrounding area. The stone golems will follow your orders. If you see anything unusual, report it directly to me. Understood, the Iron Golem answers. He turns and begins marching towards the entrance of the village. Each step makes the ground tremble slightly. You watch him go. That is gonna be useful. Good morning. You turn to see JD walking towards you with Gus beside him. JD is still wearing the copper armor you made him yesterday. Gus is carrying a rolled-up piece of paper under one arm and a cup of coffee or something in the other. Good morning, you answer. Have you two made your golems for the day yet? We were just about to, JD says. Excellent, because I have one more golem spell to teach both of you. Gus nearly drops his drink. Another one? You point towards the enormous Iron Golem marching along the village wall. Iron Golem. JD's eyes widened. You learned it? And you're gonna teach it to us? Found the spell in that mine from yesterday. I can only create one Iron Golem per week, though, so if I teach it to both of you, that means we can create 3. Gus looks at the Iron Golem. That creature could probably defeat several stone golems by itself. That's exactly why I need more of them. You gather another pile of iron ingots and hand them to JD. Then you place your hands against his temple. Ready? Ready. You close your eyes and focus. The memories of the forge return, the understanding of iron, shaping, and the final spark of mana all pass from your mind into JD's. When you step away, JD stares at the iron ingots in his hand. I understand, he says. Iron feels completely different from stone or copper. It does. Now, give it a try. JD tosses the ingots into the air. He reaches out with his mana and begins pulling them together. The iron pieces twist, turn, and lock themselves into place. After a few moments, a second Iron Golem stands in the village square. JD pushes the final spark of life into it. What are your orders? The golem asks. Join the village patrol, JD says. Follow the orders of the first Iron Golem, Iron 1. Understood. The second Iron Golem marches away. Gus watches with his mouth hanging open. Young people learn magic far too quickly, he mutters. Your turn, Gus. You place your hands against Gus's temples and pass the memories into his mind. He wobbles slightly when you let go. That was considerably more information than the copper spell. It's more complicated, I guess, you say. Gus takes the last pile of iron ingots and slowly forms them into a third iron golem. It's a little wider than yours and has something that almost looks like a metal mustache across its face for some reason. You decide not to ask why. "What are your orders?" Gus's iron golem asks. "Join the patrol and protect the village," Gus answers proudly. "Listen to iron number 1. The golem marches away after the others. Perfect. 3 iron golems already. And we still have to make our daily stone and copper golems, JD says. Exactly. We wouldn't want you to waste a day of such a useful spell. The 3 of you move towards the supply chests. Stone begins flying through the air, copper ingots spin in glowing circles. One after another, 3 new stone golems and 3 new copper golems come to life. The stone golems are assigned to defense and heavy construction, while the copper golems roll off to join the mining and rebuilding crews. For the first time, the village is beginning to look crowded with golems. Exactly how you like it. You can never have too many golems. Once all of the new golems have their orders, you turn back towards Gus. "All right," you say. "Now what's on that paper?" Gus looks down at the rolled-up bundle under his arm. "Oh, this. The merchants returned this morning. They managed to trade some of our copper for a set of town hall blueprints." He carefully unrolls the paper across the top of a wooden crate. The plans show a large stone and wood building with a metal hall, storage rooms, offices, and a tall tower in the center. "These are very valuable. Detailed building plans like this are difficult to find. We should probably keep them somewhere safe until we find someone qualified to use them." You're qualified." Gus looks up at you. "I'm sorry?" "You know the village. You know the people. You understand mining, supplies, construction. I think it's time that you got started on the town hall." Gus looks almost frightened by the suggestion. "You would trust me with something this valuable?" "Of course. In fact, I think you'd make an excellent town administrator." "Town administrator? I'm a simple mining coordinator." "Well, yeah, but someone needs to organize the rebuilding, manage supplies, assign jobs, and, make sure everything keeps running while I'm off fighting monsters and finding magical books and that sort of thing." Gus stares at the plans. "That is a great deal of responsibility." "I trust you," you say. For some reason, I've always liked people named Gus. Gus considers this for a moment. "Well, I suppose that's as good a reason as any." He picks up the blueprints. He studies them carefully until they suddenly dissolve into dust just like the magic books. Then he looks up as if he has some sort of new understanding. Within moments, a ghost-like outline of the town hall appears in the center of the village. Stone and wood begin flying out of the supply chests as Gus directs the construction. You turn towards JD. Want to explore?" "Definitely," JD answers. You look towards your giant hawk who is perched on the roof of your house. Then you look at JD, then back at the hawk. "Too bad we only have one mount." You pause. Then you remember the egg. You reach into your inventory and pull out the dark void dragon egg. Black and purple patterns seem to move across its shell kind of like little dark clouds in the night. JD steps closer. You think it'll hatch? Well, dragon eggs usually need heat from my experience. You place the egg on the ground and summon a small flame above your hand. Carefully, you direct the heat towards the shell, pushing the fire spell directly into the egg. The egg begins to shake, and a crack forms across the top. Then another. The shell splits open, and a tiny black dragon crawls out. It has purple eyes, little folded wings, and a tail that seems to disappear at the very tip. It looks up at you. Are you my mommy? You blink. Sort of? The dragon climbs onto your boot and begins chewing at the copper. I think it's hungry, JD says. You carry the baby dragon towards the farming and hunting huts. The hunters have stored several chests full of meat, and after explaining the situation, they allow you to take a large pile. You are the, leader of the village after all. You place the first piece in front of the dragon. It swallows the meat whole. Then it grows. Not slowly, but almost immediately. Its body stretches from the size of a cat to the size of a dog. You feed it another piece and it grows to the size of a wolf. A few more pieces and it's the size of a horse. Well, that's incredibly convenient, JD says. You continue feeding it until the dragon is larger than your giant hawk and easily strong and sturdy enough to ride. You return to the crafting table, create another saddle, and fasten it around the dragon's back. Well, really all you have to do is place it there and it sort of adjusts itself, as things in this world do. Alright, JD, you take the hawk. You whistle and the hawk flies down beside you. JD climbs on the giant bird while you climb onto the void dragon. The dragon flaps its wings and the air around it seems to bend. A moment later, you're both flying high above the village. You circle widely around the mountain, searching the forests and hills below. After several minutes, you spot something unusual. A cabin made almost entirely out of copper. Lights glow around it even though it's daytime, and machines move through nearby fields. Copper golems walk between strange devices, and a complicated pen full of chickens or something seems to be hatching eggs at one end and moving grown chickens towards a fiery chamber on the other, on some sort of conveyor belt. What is that? I don't know, but I think we should check it out, JD says. You land on the lawn in front of the cabin. Immediately, 6 copper golems stop what they're doing, look at you, and start menacingly, hitting their pickaxes against their hands. Unauthorized visitors, one says. We're not here to fight, you reply, but the copper golems raise their tools. Apparently, they disagree. One rolls toward you. You blast it sideways with telekinesis. JD fires a fireball in front of another, forcing it backwards. 2 more charge, and you push them across the lawn using telekinesis. Well, JD dodges behind some sort of strange copper machine. Before the battle can get more serious, the cabin door swings open.
Wait!
A teenager rushes outside.
Stop attacking them! I told you not everyone's an enemy.
The copper golems freeze. The teenager looks between you, JD, the hawk, and the void dragon.
Sorry about that,
he says.
My name's Grayson. Why are you guys fighting my golems?
They attacked us, you say.
Oh, yeah, they do that sometimes. My father made them extremely protective.
You look around at the machines. Did your father make all of this?
Most of it. We built some of it together until he, disappeared. He was, sort of a super genius. He invented the copper golems by applying the magical principles used in stone and iron golems to copper. It took a few different attempts, but eventually he figured out a successful way to do it.
Really? I learned the copper golem spell from a book. You can just make up new spells?
Well, it isn't easy, but magic is flexible. Most people learn spells from books or memories like you do and assume that they can only use them exactly as they were taught. But the real fun is taking those lessons and applying them to something new.
He points toward the distant mountain.
My father even seeded a nearby village mine with copper golems years ago. He left behind challenges and a few prizes for anyone clever enough to reach them.
I think I found those prizes, you say? I even found a book that taught me how to create copper golems. Your dad was the one who invented them? Grayson raises an eyebrow.
Prove it.
Well, I've already used the spell today, but you can come see the village. It's full of them.
The village is running again?
You nod.
Maybe I should.
For sure. But, what's all of this other stuff? You ask, and Grayson starts to show you around.
These here are copper lights. The copper wire carries magical electricity from the battery blocks that are placed over here, which I charge using lightning spells, of course. The batteries slowly power the lights throughout the cabin. They only need to be recharged about once a week. You'd be surprised how much a single lightning spell can do. Over here is my auto farm. The crops grow, and when they hit a certain point, the fields flood automatically and wash everything into these collection channels. Then new seeds are dropped. And this here is the chicken machine. It sort of hatches eggs, raises the chickens, and then drops them through fire where they're fully cooked.
JD stares at the machine.
That is both impressive and, honestly, a little bit disturbing. Honestly, it's very useful. Want some chicken?
He asks, opening up a chest and pulling out a piece of meat. Not right now, you answer.
Suit yourself,
Grayson says, taking a big bite out of the chicken. You invite Grayson on the back of your void dragon, and together, the three of you fly back towards the village. When you arrive, the town hall walls are already beginning to rise. Villagers work beside copper golems, stone golems carry heavy material, and, of course, 3 iron golems patrol the outer walls. Grayson stands silently for a moment as he looks around at all of the sights.
My father would have loved this,
he says.
his favorite invention actually helping people again.
Does that mean you'll stay? You ask. Grayson looks at the unfinished town hall, the working farms, and the golems rebuilding the homes.
Yes, he says. I think I will. This place could use a lot of improvements, a lot of automation.
Grayson begins, sort of tapping his fingers together, as if he's some sort of evil genius coming up with a plan.
Yes, this will do very well. Mind if I borrow the hawk to go get some of my supplies?
Be my guest, you say. JD hands him the reins.
Perfect. I'll be back in a little bit.
As you watch Grayson fly away on the giant hawk, a wave of fatigue passes through your body. You look up at the sky and see that it's getting dark. Well, I think that's time to call it for another night, you say. Good night, JD.
Good night,
JD says, and you head off towards your little house once again. You open the door, walk inside. You despawn your armor back into your inventory, and you lay down in your very comfortable bed. A prompt appears again. Sleep now? It asks. You select yes, and a wave of fatigue immediately passes through your mind. Your muscles relax, your arms and legs sink down into the mattress, and slowly your mind begins to wander off to thoughts of new dreams and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.